All right, everybody, I am back with a brand new DC update. And yes, it happened today. Warner Brothers, their stock dropped even more. And we're going to take a look at what is going on. Well, we're going to take a look at their stock, okay? And I'm just telling you right now, there is no faith in this company. Their investors don't believe in this company. The general public, I don't think, believes in what they're doing. And I don't think anything is going to get better for them. I really don't. And I hate to bring that news because Warner Brothers used to be a great company. They did. But they have made bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. And this all started basically 8 years ago when Batman vs. Superman got released. And they have run their business into the ground, literally into the ground. Yes, they are in the single digits now, but we do have some things to look at, and I do have a follow-up in regards to my video yesterday. So this was some big news, and this actually got posted just as I finished up my video yesterday. But Disney, Fox, which are the same company, and Warner Brothers Discovery are joining to create a brand new sports streaming platform. And I say it's about time. Okay, I cut the cord 7 years ago, and the thing that I've really had to miss since I did that was sports. And I loved it at the end of this last baseball season when HBO Max started offering some of the baseball games for the playoffs, which was pretty awesome. And it's about time that somebody comes out with a platform where hopefully a lot of this stuff can be watched. And one thing I found out last year that I was unaware of is that MLB TV started offering single-team subscriptions, which I'm looking forward to this year. And that's only $20 a month versus, $40 or whatever it is to have the entire thing, whereas a lot of people only care about their team. I'm one of those. I care about the Diamondbacks. I don't care about the other teams until it gets to the playoffs. So this is a long time coming and was big news that dropped yesterday. I'm wondering how they even have the money to put into development when their company is being run into the ground, and literally it's a sinking ship. So yesterday I talked about Jurassic World and Superman Legacy coming out 9 days apart from each other. And come to find out, this was a plan by both Universal Pictures and Warner Brothers to create another Barbenheimer incident where both films will prosper because of the time period in which they're coming out and having two big features and getting people into theaters. This is not a Barbie Oppenheimer situation, though. It's completely different. You're taking two fantasy-type films, and you're expecting that the general audience is going to do this. There was a reason why Barbie and Oppenheimer both did well at the same time. One was a serious blockbuster, drama, and the other one was a goofy, silly take on Barbie. It was a comedy. These aren't like that. You have to have the right mix. There was nothing like that has ever happened. They're trying to recreate that. And I think all that this is going to do is going to make one of these films suffer, and I can guarantee you the film that's going to suffer is going to be Superman Legacy. And we're going to look at some numbers adjusted for inflation up until this year. We're going to talk about what Superman Legacy actually has to do to be considered a success, because I keep talking about on my channel, and I'm going to keep talking about this, that the number of tickets sold is the real indication of how popular something is. The more people that go see the films that's the true indication on how popular something is. And the ticket sales have been abysmal recently. Now, I thought this was a true indication as to what's going on in movies. It says audiences in theaters for Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, and Wonder Woman. Full house. Audiences in theaters for James Gunn's DC films, The Suicide Squad, Shazam 2, Flash, and Blue Beetle. Empty seats. And this is true. I mean, this is actually what happened. In fact, Blue Beetle was the worst out of all of them. I think the Suicide Squad, was a little bit behind Blue Beetle. So these films did not do well. And it's just really sad to see what has happened to this IP. So what we have here is the highest grossing live-action DC movies adjusted for inflation going all the way back from 1978 to 2023. And it does include everything that has been released in regards to DC Comics. But the one we want to look at here, well, the two we're going to look at is Man of Steel, and we're going to look at Superman Returns. So if you look at Superman Returns that came out in 2006, adjusted for inflation, it is $628 million. I don't even think Superman Legacy is going to get to those numbers, guys. And Superman Returns was considered a massive failure. But I guarantee you what's going to happen is Superman Legacy is probably going to do about that or less, and they're going to tout it as a success simply because the budget was so low. Now, if you look at Man of Steel, it made $865 million. Okay? There was a lot of interest, definitely more. And there were some people who didn't want a new, were very hesitant to go see a new Superman film, wondering who Henry Cavill was. And a lot of people didn't go see it. I guarantee you if they did a Man of Steel 2, it would make over $1 billion. The audience was excited after Black Adam came out, and then they pulled the rug out from underneath us. And yeah, we're gonna see what Superman Legacy does in theaters. But I am predicting it's going to be a box office under $500 million. Well, let me put it this way. I'll say it'll be under $600 million. I don't think it'll make more than $600 million. I don't. I think it's going to do worse than Superman Returns does. I'd like to say it would do more, but based off of what I've seen James Gunn do and the stuff he's released in the past, I don't see any way that this is going to make more than that. So here we go. We have Warner Brothers Discovery stock. This was at the low point today. February 7th, you can see this, $9.70 a share. It was down 3.72%. And it's the close, it's still far from the close, but we're going to see. This is not good, guys. This is not good. And what I like to use as an example of this is a company like GE. Everybody used to know what GE was. They're not even on the stock exchange anymore, and their light bulbs suck. But they used to be the number one light bulb maker. And so what's great can be utterly destroyed and dismantled. And I feel like that's what's happening to Warner Brothers Discovery right now. All of this stuff with James Gunn, all of this stuff, the announcement of the platform yesterday, the sports platform, is not helping this company. It's not helping them at all. Now, this is something that was posted today, and it goes to show you that James Gunn is like kind of painting himself into a corner. So, Men of Steel posted that James Gunn said the true beginning of the DCEU is Superman. Also James Gunn. Blue Beetle is the first character. Creature Commandos is the first project. He said this freaking guy has a weird sense of logic. Someone said help end some tedious nerd wars, and they tagged James Gunn. They said you said you'll address the universe shift between Peacemaker seasons. So the new DCU is a loose continuation of the universe where Peacemaker season 1 occurred? A Flashpoint like event shifted the season 1 universe into the DCU, with some elements changed and others, e.g. Peacemaker unchanged? Or will Peacemaker season 2 DCU be completely distinct, a distinct universe from Peacemaker season 1 Snyder Hamadaverse, with no past or current links whatsoever between the two? That's when James Gunn said, all I can say is what I've said before. Canon starts with Creature Commandos / Superman. As to how Peacemaker fits in, You'll have to wait for that. But the first season is worth watching for a multitude of reasons. This is just a way for him to say, we don't want to write off season 1, guys. Go watch it. Get prepped for season 2. It's just he doesn't want to tell us what's going on. And I'm really hoping that Peacemaker season 2 is not what explains how we switch over from the DCEU to the DCU, because the perfect time for them to address that would have been in The Flash, which they did not in any way, shape, or form address that. So how this is going to start with a cartoon and then trail off into a live-action film a year and a half from now, it doesn't make any sense. None of this makes any sense. And so we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But again, this just seems like a whole freaking mess. Yeah, guys, there's lots of stuff happening. I'm going to continue to cover all of this stuff going into the future. I do appreciate all the support. What do you guys think about the stock? What do you think about this whole situation trying to create with Universal and Warner Brothers surrounding the release of Superman Legacy and the next Jurassic Park movie? Like, there's lots of moving parts right now, but I don't think any of this is going to help this company. It's really sad to say that things have gotten so bad with them that there doesn't seem to be any way of getting out of this. There really doesn't. And I don't think they're going to be able to hold out until Superman Legacy gets released. Like, if their stock continues to do what it's doing now, this company is going to end up going bankrupt, or somebody's going to come in and do a hostile takeover. And I wish somebody would do that. I wish somebody who cared would come in, buy this company out, and Warner Brothers really needs to be on its own. I really don't think it should be under a company like AT&T or Discovery. And I never thought things would get worse than they were a year and a half ago. But here we are, guys, and I don't see any hope of this changing. I really don't. I'm still going to cover all of this stuff. I'm hoping some of this stuff, comes to pass. Maybe things will get better, but we'll find out here in the future. All right, guys, there's my video for the day. I do appreciate the support. We'll see you on the next one.